This is the East Texas Big Game Tailgate on Fox 51, sponsored by Christus Trinity Mother Francis Health Systems.
Well, good morning and thanks for joining us for our East Texas Big Game Tailgate special. I'm Judd Baker.
And I'm Raina Revel. Thank you very much for joining us on your Sunday morning. Glad to have you with us. We begin this morning. We are getting hyped for the Super Bowl and excited to help kick off your festivities this morning.
That's right. Bear Creek Smokehouse will be joining us for some tailgate recipes. Walk-ons will join us with some appetizers and drinks, and we will have a look at East Texans in the Super Bowl.
We'll also be making our predictions for who will win the Super Bowl, along with our entire Fox 51 team, so stay tuned. But let's take a quick look at your local headlines.
This morning in Rains County, 6 students and a bus driver are hospitalized after their school bus was involved in a head-on collision. That crash happening around 6:45 yesterday morning on the 800 block of FM 17 when a vehicle crossed the center line and hit the left side of that bus. That's according to officials. The bus was full of students headed to a UIL meet. The driver also taken to a hospital. Doctors say that they suffered minor injuries.
Police in Tyler found a woman's body in the parking lot of Clear Springs early yesterday morning. Officials received a call just after midnight of a body in the parking lot. They say no foul play is involved and have ordered an autopsy. We'll have more information as the story develops over on our website. That's fox51.com.
And you should know this morning, the city of Jacksonville hosting a stuffed animal drive. The JHS National Honor Society will be at Jacksonville Walmart today from noon to 5, and Saturday, March 4th. You can either bring your own stuffed animals or leave a donation for the organization to purchase their own. All donations will go to Upbring Foster Care.
And the Marshall Pet Adoption Center is offering 50% off adoption fees this weekend. They will be hosting a Great American Rescue Bowl watch party today in collaboration with North Shore Animal League of America, Paws for Life, and Friends of Marshall Animals. Guests are invited to enjoy snacks, drinks, and plenty of adorable animals they want to find their forever homes. Adoptions will be $30 for cats and $35 for dogs. Now these prices will be available tomorrow from 11 to 6 p.m. And it's Super Bowl Sunday, and people are not only getting ready for game day, but also heading out to church.
That's right. We'll bring in meteorologist Andrew Salmon now with a look at what the weather is going to be like today. Andrew, what can we expect?
All right, Judd and Raina, right now we are off to a cold start out there with some passing clouds. As we take a look at clouds and radar right now, we are seeing those temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s, so it is a cold start to our day today. Many of us have dropped below freezing, so there is likely to be frost on your vehicle's windshield. So if you're heading to church for the early services this morning, definitely want to leave some extra time to get to your destination because there may be some frost on your vehicle's windshield. We also have a few passing clouds moving on through, but right now we're as cold as 29 in Jacksonville and as cold as 28 over into Nacogdoches. We're right at freezing in Lufkin and Tyler, down to 30 degrees over in Mineola. We also have some fog that has developed as well. Visibility is down to a mile in Mount Pleasant and down to 7 miles in Gilmer and Mineola, down to 3 miles at Tyler Pounds, and down to 4 miles in Palestine. So be on the lookout for some of that patchy fog as we head throughout the rest of these morning hours. As we take a look at your winds right now, they're pretty light across the area, and they're going to stay pretty calm as we head throughout the day today. Only picking up at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's a look at your day planner for today. By 9 o'clock this morning, we'll be in the lower 40s with that southwest wind at 5 miles per hour. As winds turn to the southwest, we will gradually start to warm up out there. By noon, those temperatures are in the upper 50s with a mix of sunshine and cloud cover. And then by 3 o'clock, we're reaching our high temperature of 63 degrees for our day today. Winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So a little bit of a breeze for us as we head throughout your day today. Looking even ahead throughout the day for your Super Bowl forecast here in East Texas. By 5 o'clock in the evening, we'll see those temperatures in the lower 60s. So if you're going to do any barbecuing, it's going to be pretty mild out there, but seasonably so for this time of year. And then we'll be dropping through the 50s as we head throughout the the evening, so we'll continue to see dry conditions as we head throughout the evening and into the overnight hours. I'll have more details on what we can expect coming up in just a few minutes. Judd and Raina.
Andrew, thank you. 7:04 now this morning, and we're just about 10 hours away from kickoff of Super Bowl 57. This is a live look at where this year's big game is being held. That's State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, home of the Cardinals. Both quarterbacks in today's game are from Texas. Jalen Hurts from Houston and Patrick Mahomes from White House. And as we wait for kickoff, we have a lot to look forward to, including the halftime show, which will be Rihanna this year.
And this is what it looks like on the inside. Crews have been working round the clock to prepare everything. The stadium itself can seat more than 70,000 fans. As for the turf, it's being brought in, which only a few stadiums can do. This year, we got two local guys playing in that game. Groveton native Lane Johnson, a lineman for the Eagles, and White House native Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for the Chiefs.
And as we mentioned earlier, we've got two East Texans playing in the big game today, so let's start with Mahomes. Fox
51's David Gibson sat down with former White House head coach Randy McFarland to get his take on Patrick going for ring number 2.
With Super Bowl 57 right around the corner for the Kansas City Chiefs, one of Patrick Mahomes' high school coaches, Randy McFarland, couldn't be more proud of the White House native.
Makes this one very special that, hey, a sport that I coached, a young man came through our program and is playing this way on Sunday afternoon.
Patrick Mahomes, we all know the name, but before Patrick's last name were on NFL jerseys like this one, he lit up fields on Friday nights for the White House Wildcats.
In high school, he and his class were just competitive. They loved to compete. 3-sport letterman. I mean, football, basketball, and baseball, and they loved to compete and they loved to win.
Coach McFarland coached Mahomes from 7th grade to 11th, and there was a quarterback battle every year, but he knew Patrick was special his junior year with his ability to freestyle.
I have a few gray hairs because of Patrick Mahomes running around making plays. That's what he had over Brady Attaway, Hunter Taylor, was his ability to make something out of nothing. Run around, make people miss, and end up throwing touchdown passes. That's something he had that the other kids did not have.
Now Mahomes is doing his ad-libbing on the big stage for the Kansas City Chiefs. Coach McFarland credits his coaching staff for not changing Mahomes' style of play and letting him just be Patrick.
It goes back to that competitiveness. He just makes things happen. He's a playmaker. He makes plays. He raises the level of all those players around him. And, yeah, as a coach, you're saying, okay, just sometimes just execute the play like it's called, but he makes shifts and here he goes. But that's him, and it's a joy to watch and look back on and think, okay, yeah, I saw him do that in high school.
We all saw Mahomes hurt his ankle in the divisional game and then gut it out and play in the AFC Championship. It all goes back to the Beast Texas toughness he was taught in the Wildcat program.
Patrick's character that's inside of him, that's there, that just comes out. He's a team player. He always gives credit to his teammates. And if he can go, he's going to go. And not for himself, he's doing it for his team, for his teammates.
As the Chiefs prepare to take on the Eagles Sunday, Mahomes' coach believes they're going to pull out the win and get another ring.
Will it be a great game? I think so, but I think you're going to see Patrick and his offensive weapon shine.
Reporting in Lindale, David Gibson, Fox 51 Sports.
Now to Lane Johnson, the Philadelphia Eagles talent, one of the top East Texans on their offense.
David made his way to Deep East Texas last week to find out why he is always proud to call himself a Groveton Indian.
James Evan Lane Johnson's stepdad is from Groveton and also coached the Indians in the 80s, but he gave up coaching at a different school to watch Lane play ball at Groveton. He says he is proud of Lane for making it to the big stage and excelling.
There's no words for that, Everybody in Groveton is, proud of Lane, and he brings Groveton into, the national light.
Seeing what he's been able to do and how well he's been able to represent not only Groveton but his family and the things that he's accomplished has been amazing. And we hope he just stays healthy and that he continues to progress and have fun.
It's awesome for our kids. They dress in the same lockers. They play in the same field. They represent the Jesus same. And it's great to have a role model like him that represents, our town, our community.
Many say that Lane Johnson's one of the best tackles in the game. Well, on this very field here in Groveton, he made a name for himself as an all-around athlete playing quarterback, safety, you name it. And they feel like those skills that he learned here transferred to the next level.
He's quicker. When you're bigger, and you're just as strong, and you got an arm length, as far as to keep them away from you, no, they ain't got a prayer.
He's an athlete, and I don't know that people understand that as an offensive lineman. If you watch him move and watch him run, he's very athletic, and so he's always been that way. For him to come in and transfer from a skill position to the lineman position, obviously that's been big, but he's worked his tail off along the way. Now
that Lane is balling for the Eagles, he makes sure he always mentions Groveton. Family and friends say he has that Indian pride.
Lane's proud. You know, you'll notice when he introduced himself in the games, Groveton, Texas.
With all the success he's having in the NFL, the coaches in Groveton hope the Indians also focus on Lane's love for academics.
You would go to track meets, and he would literally be over on the visitor side in the top of the bleachers working on schoolwork, and that's not a joke. It's the truth is what he did, and so hopefully that we can portray that message to these kids.
When people talk about him around here, they talk about his good character, they talk about his hard work ethic, and they talk about that more than they talk about him as a football player, and he's a heck of a football player.
Now he'll look to win his second Super Bowl ring when he and the Eagles take on the Chiefs in Super Bowl 57. Reporting in Groveton, David Gibson, Fox 51 Sports.
All right, coming up next for us this morning, today is the big day, and as excited as we are here, the atmosphere in Glendale must be electric.
We'll get the latest from Arizona in a live report next.
I'm Jonathan Greifenkamp. I'm one of the interventional cardiologists at Longview Regional Medical Center, and may the best team win.
You are watching the East Texas Big Game Tailgate on Fox 51, sponsored by Christus Trinity Mother Francis.
Well, we are less than 10 hours away from the kickoff of Super Bowl 57, and millions will be participating in sports betting. Meanwhile, here in Texas, it is still illegal for any type of gambling.
Fox 51's Avery Klinowski has an update about where Texas stands on the path to legalize betting.
50 million American adults, that's 1 in every 5 Americans, plans to bet a collective $16 billion on the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 57 is going to be huge for the legal sports betting market. While millions of Americans will be participating, it has always been illegal here in Texas.
But there's no doubt that people across Texas are going to be betting on the games.
If legalized, it would allow the market to be measured.
There is definitely sports betting happening online and otherwise, and that's kind of what's happening here is the legislature is recognizing that it's going to exist.
Just this week, bills were introduced by the current state legislator in Austin to legalize and regulate mobile sports betting.
To legalize sports betting in the state, you have to change the Texas Constitution. And to do that, you not only need 2/3 passage in the House and Senate, but then you need a majority of Texas voters next November to pass.
He says there are high hurdles ahead, but this time they might have a chance. State Representative Cody Harris believes the new legislation is much more narrow.
From sports betting, let's take that one first. That one's just where you can download an app and place bets on different sports games.
The most recent bills filed do not include in-person betting, but Harris knows millions of Texans travel to states where they can gamble.
I would love to hear from my constituents on what they think about sports betting and casino gambling. This is something that I'm going to take great consideration on.
For now, Texans will continue to leave the state to place a legal bet on their favorite team. Avery Klinowski, Fox 51 News.
Well, it is Super Bowl Sunday, and all week we have been gearing up for the big game.
That's right. Jordan Williams joins us once again on this big game day. Jordan, good morning. What is the atmosphere like over there?
Yes, good morning to both of you. We finally made it. We have been doing the countdown all week long. We finally made it to Super Bowl Sunday. The atmosphere, along with the weather, is starting to heat up this weekend. Temperatures in the 70s, so should be a beautiful day for game day. And the atmosphere as well starting to heat up. We're starting to see more fans in the area. Of course, that Super Bowl fan experience was pretty packed. It opened last week, and then it was closed for a few days for some of the events. Super Bowl opening night on Monday with all the media. Then we had the NFL Honors Award ceremony. But the Super Bowl fan experience has been reopened since then, so it's been packed certainly in the Phoenix area.
All right, Jordan, there's been a lot of headlines ahead of the game and storylines to watch out for today, but every Super Bowl seems to have that one guy who just kind of comes out of nowhere. Who could that be today?
Yeah, so for the Eagles, we are talking about Sky Moore. He's a rookie wide receiver. He's been making plays all season long, kind of quietly, but he also can be an impact player in the special teams area. And then for the Chiefs, of course, you have Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, but someone who you may not know is one of the running backs on the team, and I'm going to have to look down and grab his name off the sheet here, Kenny Gainwell. He's kind of a third down running back who gets some yards here and there, and also impact player. So Kenny Gainwell for the Chiefs and then Sky Moore for the Eagles are two players to maybe keep an eye on as some of those quiet players who could be making an impact.
And State Farm Stadium has a retractable roof. Will this be open or closed for kickoff?
Yeah, that's been the talk of the week really here at the Super Bowl because it has that retractable roof. So I mentioned temperatures should be in the 70s, so I'm pretty sure they're opening the roof. That's been the reports. I don't know if we've had an actual confirmation, but I'm pretty sure that roof will be open. The last two times they've hosted it here at State Farm Stadium, the Super Bowl that is, that roof has been open. And today I mentioned temperatures should be warm, and then the wind speed's only around 8 miles an hour. So really, it's a beautiful day for a game of football.
All right, Raina and I have already been talking about the ads during this game. Have there been any celebrity sightings so far in Arizona?
Yeah, so I haven't been to too many Super Bowl parties, but I was lucky enough to go to one yesterday in the Scottsdale area. Brian Cox, an actor from Succession, HBO, he was there. Serena Williams was there. A few golfers. It was a premiere for a Netflix show. Of course, we have the Phoenix Open happening in Scottsdale too, so we're seeing all types of athletes, not only NFL players, but some professional golfers in the area as well.
All right, Jordan, we appreciate your coverage all for us this week. Have fun out there.
And good news for those worried about watching the big game today. In addition to the live broadcast right here on Fox 51, you can live stream it for free. You can just scan the code right there on your screen right now to make sure the app is ready to go this Sunday. By using the Fox Sports app, you will be able to watch the entire game and the halftime show at no cost. Kickoff is scheduled for 5:30 this evening.
All right, Raina, we have been talking around the newsroom this week, and all of our friends here at Fox 51 have made their picks for the game. We're not going to tell you ours just yet, right? We're going to keep this a secret coming up until the 8 o'clock hour, but we did touch base with a couple others.
Neil, Casey, and Katie. Well, Casey told us she's a diehard Cowboys fan, so she's not picking this year and just hoping Dallas can make it next year. And Judd, you had a puppy make their prediction when they visited the station last week, correct?
I did. Cute little gal. We've saved that clip, and we're going to have that up for you coming up in our next hour at 8 o'clock.
All right, well, it is now 7:20 a.m. this morning. Coming up next, a West Texas family will be represented by a quarterback in the Super Bowl.
See the close connection Patrick Mahomes made with this family after this. Well, White House native Patrick Mahomes stayed in the Lone Star State for college at Texas Tech University. And during his time there, he made lifelong fans such as Tim Segal and his son Luke.
And Mahomes will also be representing their families tonight. Elizabeth Fitz explains how.
Tim Segal and his son Luke have been fans of Patrick Mahomes since the Chiefs quarterback played for Texas Tech. But things changed when 9-year-old Luke suffered a traumatic brain injury in a golf cart accident in 2015.
Are the Chiefs going to win in the Super Bowl? Is Patrick Mahomes going to win?
This year, Tim Segal will be watching the big game without Luke, who passed away from COVID complications in 2021.
When Patrick, told me that he would wear the Team Luke Hofer Mines bracelet at every game, every game he plays, I watch because I want to see that bracelet. It's both comforting and I just feel such a sense of pride.
It's a gesture that makes a difference.
Bringing awareness to our organization is so important to helping families because we need to raise over $1 million every year to support families in need. We get an application almost every single day. The pain, the overwhelming sadness and devastation that parents feel, they are comforted knowing that we are able to help them financially through education. And something small with Patrick Mahomes wearing that bracelet really isn't small at all to us.
And the impact goes both ways.
Patrick also dedicated a park in Kansas City. And when he did that a week after Luke passed away, he mentioned that Luke is the reason why he started his 15 and Mahomes Foundation. So he has made such an impact on Patrick. And of course, Patrick made an incredible impact on Luke. We'll be watching and just feeling the emotion of every single play. I just can't wait to see how he does.
All right, turning now to meteorologist Andrew Samet, checking in on our forecast here at home and peeking at Arizona. What you got for us today?
Yeah, today is going to be a beautiful day for us here in East Texas. Starting off cold, but the afternoon is looking pretty nice. And then over in Arizona, the weather should be nice there as well. Let's take a look at what we have with Longview with our Skyview camera brought to you by the Mansour Law Firm. We can see some cloud cover out there, but also a good amount of sunshine as well. You can see that, of course, on the building out there. So have the sunglasses as you travel out the door this morning if you're about to get breakfast before church. Again, the weather's looking good, but leave some extra time to get to your destination because there is some frost out there. Current temperature is 30 degrees in Longview with a dew point of 28, and winds are calm right now. Taking a look at temperatures around the region, we're in the low 30s here in East Texas. Maybe you're heading to the DFW area for a Super Bowl party. Weather's looking there good there as well. Temperature right now in Dallas is 36 degrees. If you're heading down to Waco, it's pretty chilly this morning, 28 there. 27 though in Austin's our coldest spot. We're going to see those temperatures in the upper 30s over in Houston. Expanding further out across the United States, again further to the west, you can see Albuquerque at 33, but Phoenix at 50 degrees so far this morning. Again, a cool morning over in the Phoenix area, but that is what we expect with the desert climate over there. It gets pretty chilly at night, and then in the afternoons things warm up pretty nicely. But for here in East Texas, as we take a look at our hour-by-hour forecast, or I guess for today we'll call it the play-by-play forecast for us. By 8 o'clock this morning, temperatures are in the upper 30s and low 40s. We're seeing a few passing clouds out there. By 10 o'clock in the morning, we're in the low to middle 50s with still some cloud cover. I think Futurecast is underdoing the clouds just a little bit here. We will see a few passing clouds as we head throughout the day today. By 1 o'clock this afternoon, our temperatures will be in the lower 60s out there, and we're still looking dry across East Texas. And then we'll see the clouds continue to move on through as we head into the mid-afternoon. By 4 o'clock today, temperatures are in the low to middle 60s, which is right at average for this time of year. And then heading into tonight, by 10 o'clock, we'll see mostly clear skies with temperatures mainly in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Heading into your day on Monday, we'll start off with some cloud cover, but overall it's going to be a warm day for our Monday with those high temperatures climbing into the upper 60s and lower 70s out there. So expect the temperatures to continue to warm over the next few days. I'll have more details coming up in the next half hour. Judd and Raina?
Andrew, thank you. 7:26 now this morning. Coming up next, it's not just how he plays on the field, but also how he inspires others.
Why one White House native says Mahomes' talent is more than just sports.
Hi, I'm Texas State Representative Cody Harris, and I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes to win the Super Bowl.
This is the East Texas Big Game Tailgate on Fox 51, sponsored by Christus Trinity Mother Francis Health Systems.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Judd Baker.
And I'm Raina Revel. We're glad to have you joining us for our East Texas Big Game Tailgate.
All right, a quick look at some top stories this morning before we move forward. Canada's Prime Minister says a U.S. fighter jet shot down an unidentified object yesterday over northern Canada. Trudeau says Canadian and U.S. aircraft were scrambled. He spoke with President Joe Biden about the episode yesterday afternoon. The latest object comes after the U.S. military shot down a high-flying object over Alaska on Friday.
And 5 people were injured at LAX airport Friday night when a plane that was being towed from a gate collided with a shuttle bus. Officials say the American Airlines aircraft was being moved to a remote parking location when an airfield bus pulled in front of the plane, colliding with the tug.
And the death toll in Turkey is more than 28,000 so far, and now the living left not only with grief but trying to cope with a shortage of shelter, food, and supplies. Yesterday, some 37 tons of medical supplies reached Syria as the chief of the World Health Organization toured hard-hit Aleppo. This morning, yet another disaster is unfolding, the aftermath of the tremors leaving the region shaken. That's a look at your top stories this Sunday morning. And it is the headline across our nation, and often when East Texans seek help, they're met with more questions than answers. Adults in the state of Texas have lower rates of access to care and higher prevalence of mental health illness. In the wake of the Uvalde massacre, some politicians have dismissed the talk of gun control, stressing mental health is the real culprit.
And at first it was very frustrating because it was very difficult to find the resources, especially in East Texas.
That actually evolved after we went through the pandemic, and we saw that people's mental health issues were exacerbated by the isolation and having to shelter in place, and we saw an uptick in incidents that stemmed from mental health issues.
Tonight on Fox 51 News, Raina will sit down with local mental health professionals to find possible solutions in our special report, a breakdown of mental health in East Texas. She's been working on it for quite some time, a big 5-part series. And many people talk about Patrick Mahomes' ability on the field, but he is also inspiring those who hope to follow in his footsteps right now in his hometown.
That's correct. KTK's Ashlyn Anderson spoke to one White House native who says it's more than just sports.
Patrick Mahomes is not only a rising star in the National Football League, but an inspiration to the next generation in sports.
It's pretty awesome to think that I'm living in the same town as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Making and executing plays that seem impossible encourages children that you can achieve from a small East Texas town.
And it's pretty cool to see him on his journey and all of his success he's had in the NFL.
Bryson Terrell says the connection is that much greater because he and Patrick also share the love of baseball.
I've always looked up to Patrick of how he's so successful in all the sports and how he had like a hard time choosing because he was so great in 3 different sports.
Not only does Bryson embrace Mahomes daily, but also his mom does by selling Chiefs swag at her boutique.
Well, it's Patrick's hometown. You know, this is where he's from. He does so much for his community. So it's awesome to be able to represent him and cheer him on the whole way.
Her store is selling out fast. Ludolph says she has people from Kansas City drive all the way down for her gear.
Crazy, it's fun. We're under a lot of pressure, getting so much stuff out, and meeting people all over. So it's been really fun.
She says the late hours and constant restock is well worth it to support a role model her son holds so dear. One day he will graduate from the same school Patrick did.
Really amazing just to sit here and think about it, that Patrick Mahomes and myself are going to be have been walking in the same building.
No matter where the league takes Patrick, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Well, now let's head back out to Glendale, Arizona. State Farm Stadium, home of the Cardinals, is unique in that it has both a retractable roof and a retractable field. The stadium opened back in 2006, and when it did, it was the first completely retractable field in the U.S. What they do is roll the field, and on game days and every other day, the field is outside so the grass can get sunlight. This particular field is brand new, never before been used. The goalposts were put up this week and the logos painted on that field.
We love coming to Arizona in general, just for sure, because the site is such a nimble space. So not only do you have the flexibility of being able to do so much in the building, but it's surrounded by tons of parking, which gives for the Super Bowl is great.
We're ready. I mean, this stadium's ready. You want to play football tomorrow, we're ready to go.
They are expecting more than 70,000 fans there later tonight.
One of the most anticipated parts of the Super Bowl is the halftime show, and this year it's pop star Rihanna. The last time she released an album, 2016. In fact, the last time anyone saw Rihanna perform on a big scale was the Grammys back in 2018. She released 7 albums in almost a decade, setting the record for the fastest solo artist to rack up 10 #1 singles. Only the Beatles did it quicker.
It feels like it could have only been now.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first got the call to do it again this year, I was like, you sure? Like I'm 3 months postpartum. Like, should I be making major decisions like this right now? Like, I might regret this. But when you become a mom, there's something that just happens where you feel like you could take on the world, you can do anything, and the Super Bowl is one of the biggest stages in the world. So as scary as that was, because I haven't been on stage in 7 years, there's something exhilarating about the challenge of it all. And it's important for me to do this year. It's important for representation. It's important for my son to see that.
She adds the hardest part was deciding how to maximize the 13 minutes she's given for the halftime show. All right, Judd, I'm excited about this year's halftime performance. I don't know about you guys, but can you think about any other halftime show that you've seen in the past that you've enjoyed?
I'm going to say Rihanna is going to be a hard pass for me. I'm just not a fan. Whoa. I thoroughly enjoyed 2019 with the SpongeBob tribute because I'm from the SpongeBob SquarePants age and they did the whole thing, even though we were lied to a little bit on it. Only got like 4 seconds of it, but. Yeah. And Katy Perry, when Katy Perry did it.
Okay, you?
All right. I will have to go with the SpongeBob one as well.
With children.
With Judd. Yeah, I guess so. And for this year's halftime show, I mean, Rihanna's obviously a well-respected artist. And
yes.
It looks like it's going to be a good show, but I don't really know her music, so.
That's a good answer. That's what I
I am so excited. I do remember my favorite one was the Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. That was like the closing ceremony to the planet at the time that we all referred to.
I remember none of this.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. 2020, that was the halftime show.
Oh, there was a lot going on in 2020. That's why I remember it.
Yep, it was great. All right, well, coming up next on Fox 51, it could be business for one Pennsylvania print shop.
Why they're banking on the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. Well, Super Bowl 57 is taking on a new name this year. It's being called the Kelsey Bowl.
As brothers and rivals will face off, PJ Ziegler sat down with their parents about the excitement.
Hello from Glendale, Arizona. It is a historic moment for the NFL. It's a historic moment for the Super Bowl. For the first time in an NFL championship game, two brothers will square off against each other in the big game. And while it may be nerve-wracking for the brothers, it's certainly even more nerve-wracking for mom and dad. You could argue the homes of Ed and Donna Kelsey are a little divided this week.
I'm just happy for them that this is, you know, one of them bleeds green and the other one bleeds red.
I have no plans to take Chiefs or Eagles gear with me.
Their sons, Travis and Jason, will face off against each other in Super Bowl 57 in Glendale, Arizona. They are the first brothers to face off against one another in the big game.
I mean, sooner or later, there are going to be two brothers in a Super Bowl facing off against each other. And the fact that it's our two and the time is now is just awesome.
So who do Ed and Donna cheer for on Super Bowl Sunday? The good news for the parents, both Jason and Travis play on offense on their respective teams.
Yeah, I'll be screaming the whole time. Who's out there? I'll be screaming.
I think we're rooting for the trainers as they have a very boring and uneventful day.
Isn't that the truth?
As tough as it will be for one brother to lose, it'll be complete joy for the other to win. And it's the exact same feeling for the parents, except they will have both the joy and pain to feel.
Neither one of them are going to want to hear from me that, gee, I'm sorry, and you did a great job, because they take this very, very seriously.
No matter what happens on Super Bowl Sunday, this is a moment none of the Kelseys will forget.
They'll never forget this. Never forget this one.
Donna will wear her custom Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs split jersey that has the number of both of her sons on each side. And Dad will either wear a University of Cincinnati jersey with Jason and Travis's number on it, or a Cleveland Heights jersey with both sons' numbers on it. Of course, those are the places their sons played college football and high school football. He will not be wearing Eagles or Chiefs gear. In Glendale, Arizona, I'm PJ Ziegler at Super Bowl 57.
All right, well, we're going to check in now with meteorologist Andrew Samet for a look at our weather this morning. He's outside in our backyard.
Andrew, we'll be tuning you out there very soon. What does it look like out there?
All right, Judd and Raina, we are seeing a lot of sunshine right now this morning out here in East Texas, and we are going to continue to see that as we head throughout the day with just a few passing clouds from time to time. Here's a look at what we have with satellite and radar right now. We are seeing some cloud cover out there this morning with some areas of sunshine as well. We also have some areas of fog to deal with this morning, and we'll talk about that in just a second. As we take a look at our temperatures right now, we are sitting out in the upper 20s to lower 30s, so we are below freezing for many of us, and that has led to some frost out there this morning. So if you're heading out to breakfast before church or something like that, want to leave some extra time to get to your destination this morning, because again, there may be frost in your vehicle's windshield there. Temperatures down to 29 in Jacksonville, 28 in Nacogdoches, 30 for Longview and Marshall, and 30 also in Mineola. Taking a look at visibilities out there, we do have some fog development. Visibilities down to 0 miles over in Mount Pleasant, down to 4 miles over in Gilmer, and down to 2 miles at Tyler Pound. So be on the lookout for some patchy fog. Again, that recording of the visibility down to 2 miles is not for the area of Tyler we're in. That's being recorded at Tyler Pounds. So there's no fog here in the southern part of the loop highway in Tyler, but there may be some fog on the west side of the city, so be on the lookout for that. Visibility is down to 0 miles in Mount Pleasant and down to 4 miles over into Gilmer. Wind speeds right now anywhere between calm and 5 miles per hour, so we do have a light breeze for us this morning, but nothing really too significant out there. Taking a look at your day planner for the day today, we'll be in the low 40s at 9 a.m. By noon, if you're going to barbecue lunch out there, temperatures will be in the upper 50s, so pretty close to average for this time of year. We'll see partly cloudy skies, really a mix of sun and some clouds. And then by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll be into the lower 60s. Looking at our forecast as we head into the Super Bowl itself here in East Texas, we are going to see those temperatures in the lower 60s. So if you want to spend some time outdoors before the game, definitely a good day to do so, as we are going to be dry and pretty pleasant temperature-wise in those lower 60s, which is right at average for this time of year. We'll be in the middle 50s rather by 7 o'clock this evening, and then by 9 o'clock those temperatures will be into the lower 50s out there. So overall, we have a beautiful day here in East Texas for our Super Bowl Sunday. So if you want to do any outdoor tailgating, things like that, the weather is looking picture perfect for us. I'll have more details coming up later on in the show. Raina and Judd?
All right, Andrew, thank you. Well, fun fact here from the National Chicken Council: for 1.45 billion chicken wings are expected to be eaten today. That's a lot of chicken. With the council says would break a record. Meanwhile, when it comes to digging into your favorite football snack, the cost for a pound of chicken wings is down roughly 20% from this time last year.
Well, my favorite type of wing is the habanero. The chicken wings, the habanero chicken wings.
Yes.
What about you?
Well, you see.
Yes, mango habanero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, no, those are good. I like anything that will burn your face off. Because I have like sinus problems, so anything that just like allows me to be able to breathe is fantastic for me. I do love some like dry rub for the lemon pepper though too.
You're making me hungry now. Oh no. Well, coming up next on Fox 51, not once, but twice in a lifetime.
Meet the Chiefs fans who are thrilled to get to go to another Super Bowl with their team.
I'm Jack White. I'm from Tyler, Texas, and I'm rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles.
You are watching the East Texas Big Game Tailgate on Fox 51, sponsored by Christus Trinity Mother Francis.
Well, Chiefs fans have had not one, not two, but 3 trips to the Super Bowl since Patrick Mahomes became the starter.
And this is an experience they thought was once in a lifetime opportunity, but as Mackenzie Nelson shows us, that's not the case.
And it was amazing. It was once in a lifetime. Now it's going to be twice in a lifetime.
For some fans, it's their first Super Bowl experience, and for others, it's their second or even third.
For people that have never gone to a Super Bowl, you know, it's a bucket list thing. You know, it was a bucket list thing for me in Miami.
From Miami to Tampa and now on to Glendale, Arizona, Chiefs Kingdom is making the trip to the desert.
Been definitely had my fingers crossed all year for this, and then can definitely say I'm pretty happy about it.
In February 2020, the Chiefs beat the 49ers in Miami, and Ed and Patty Johnson were there to witness it.
Bucket list. So I've always wanted to go to Super Bowl. I've always wanted to see the halftime show. And Ed decided that this might be our only chance. And he said, if we want to go to a Super Bowl, we should go when the Chiefs are in it.
In February 2021, the Chiefs fell to the Buccaneers in Tampa. Joey Lowry was there for what was an altered fan experience due to COVID restrictions.
So that's the weird thing too, is that obviously the whole COVID thing put a whole twist on the Super Bowl just in general. I mean, all the way from the spacing in the stadium, let alone when you could take pictures with the trophy and when you couldn't, more or less. So I'm really excited, but I'm also kind of nervous too, which could, again, because of the more restrictions, means a lot more crowds. So that's something that I think we're all thinking about is, will we actually have the time, and the ability to actually get to go see the stuff and look around at the stuff that we want.
Some fans have their tickets booked.
I actually got tickets in April.
When they won, this morning we got on and bought our tickets.
And others are still trying to get their hands on one.
I've been told that, they base your chances in this lottery on how many years you've been a season ticket holder. So I've been kind of thinking 37 years is a pretty good amount to get those chances for that. And just hasn't happened yet. I just haven't been lucky.
Okay, Judd, for those who are traveling to the Super Bowl, it's costing some big bucks. Flight tickets on average are $450. Round trip from Philly to Phoenix is about $560, and KC to Phoenix about $600 on average.
That's a lot of pocket change.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd be able to make that.
No, no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, but Raina, I do want to know, have you visited a NFL stadium?
The only one I've been to is the Denver Broncos. It used to be the Sports Authority Field in Denver, and that's the only one I've been to. What about you?
No.
No, not at all. Andrew?
None of them.
Yes.
Which
Where?
one?
Jets, the Meadowlands in New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Maybe I can make a streak, see how long I can go without visiting one.
If you could go to one, where would you go?
I guess AT&T Stadium. It's close enough. It's close, it's convenient, and I don't have to fly to get there. But I'll tell you this, while the cost of the game is high, people still want to rep their teams. So every year before the Super Bowl, companies are chosen to print championship shirts.
And for one Pennsylvania print shop, this means great news and good business. Sydney Costas takes us inside.
Fly, Eagles, fly. The news of their victory is music to the ears of fans in our region, but also for the screen printing shop, Talk Shirty to Me, that was selected as the team's official printer.
I feel like you put in the hard work, just like the Eagles, you end up, with success. So we're all excited about it.
If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, the shop will be tasked with making tens of thousands of championship shirts in a matter of 12 hours after the game. But until then, they're busy preparing their equipment and team.
I mean, when you're dealing with 40,000 plus shirts, you can never have enough ink. So just making sure that all of that is taken care of.
Owner Ron Jelly tells Eyewitness News he opened the business 15 years ago, first starting in his basement. He says this is an opportunity of a lifetime.
Here we are printing for the Eagles when they win the Super Bowl. So we have great opportunities ahead, and we're going to keep breaking that glass ceiling no matter what people in the area say. So we're just going to keep reaching for the stars, as they say.
Now, the top secret design is under this cover, and we're not allowed to see it. So we asked the owner if he could give us a little hint.
It definitely has the Eagles logo on it, so that's about all I could say, because there's about only a dozen of us in the United States that got to see the artwork for this job.
As the countdown begins for the Super Bowl, support for the birds is a common theme.
Go Eagles.
And that was Sydney Costas reporting there for us.
And I am sure many people in Deep East Texas and in the Groveton area will be buying some of those shirts if the Eagles win, too.
All right, keep it right here on Fox 51 News. Our East Texas Big Game Tailgate special continues right after this.
I'm Scott Martinez, president of the Tyler Economic Development Council. I'm torn. I love Patrick Mahomes, love his mother, love his family, love that he's from Smith County. But I also like A.J. Brown with the Eagles. So I have to go with the hometown guy, though. So go Chiefs.
Welcome back to your East Texas Big Game Tailgate. We've already had a lot of fun this morning. We've talked halftime, looked at both East Texas natives that will be taking the field this evening, and we've already seen some picks from our Fox 51 News team. But Andrew, I think it's time for some more weather.
And we are seeing a lot of sunshine out here in East Texas. We are going to see that sunshine as we head throughout the rest of today. So make sure to have the sunglasses as you head out the door this morning. I'll have, again, partly cloudy skies for our day today with those high temperatures in the lower 60s out here. So, of course, a lot of excitement around the Super Bowl out there, and we are going to see pleasant weather for today. So if you are going to head out the door this morning, then you can take a look at our forecast. I'll have that coming up in just a few minutes here, but certainly Raina will send things back over to you for those predictions that we are expecting. Raina.
All right, Andrew, thank you. Let's take a look at some of the reporters. Avery Kalinowski and Ashlyn Anderson and Lauren Margolis all taking the Eagles, and Tori Bean is taking the Chiefs. It's been pretty split so far, but we haven't revealed our picks yet, so stay tuned for our second hour. We'll have mine, Judd, and Andrew's Super Bowl predictions for you coming up next.
No.
And speaking of our next hour, as you can see, we're going to travel outside. We've got some great guests that will be joining us. Bear Creek Smokehouse along with walk-ons, and I'm really excited about this one. We're going to do some taste testing of some chips and dips from some of our own Fox 51 News team. So stick around. We've got plenty more food and fun coming up in our next hour. Stay with us.